Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, just say we're here to debate Jack's.
Just keep going, keep going.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. We are brought together today to debate Jack Meridu's innocence after being accused of the murder of 2 innocent people, along with a lot of other havoc that was brought upon the island. That was uncharted, that the kids got abandoned on. Yes. And now, the prosecutor will start with the opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The surviving children's parents accused Jack of being responsible for all the havoc, notably the corrupt leadership, the manipulation, the torture, the theft, and the death of Simon and Piggy.
To start things off, let's talk about his corrupt leadership. Is it not Jack who is the leader of the broken off group known as the Savages?
That is true.
Is it not also true that Jack led this group in a fierce dictatorship that included commanding the torturing of the innocent, barbaric behavior, and assault and battery?
That as well is true, but it is him who took charge and decided to endure the burden of leading himself. He saw that the first attempt of order was a failure, and was forced to take charge of leading the children in order to keep everyone from perishing. He did what was necessary to survive.
No! Wrong! Sure, it may have been necessary, but did he not manipulate all the children into joining the group?
That's right! Jack had promised all the children a fun and simple life with his tribe, but in the end, he tricked them into a harsh dictatorship filled with barbaric behavior, assault, battery, and torture of the innocent.
So it is determined that Jack did in fact manipulate all the group of kids into joining his group by promising them a fun and easy future. But is that enough to prove that he is guilty? Let's move on to the next argument. Theft of personal belongings.
There's no point in bringing up theft. There's no evidence that Jack stole anything.
I don't think so.
Jack was involved with the theft of Piggy's glasses.
That's a bold accusation. There's no way it could have been Jack. It was one of the hunters who stole his glasses for his own personal benefit.
No! Wrong! Jack was involved with the theft of Piggy's glasses. Jack was the leader of the hunters. He left every single one of those expeditions.
So? I mean, what could have Jack used Piggy's glasses for anyway? I mean, he already has perfect eyesight, 20/20 vision, right? So.
What could Piggy have used those glasses for?
F-I-R-E. Fire! That's right! Jack wanted Piggy's glasses for the ability to make fire. And in doing so, he left Piggy as blind as a bat. Alright, so it is determined that Jack is responsible for the theft of Piggy's glasses. Not only did he organize the entire operation, but also he did lead the expedition with all the hunters. Now on to the main accusation. Jack being responsible for the murder of Piggy and Simon.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. Whether you want to believe it or not, Jack, without a doubt, committed homicide on the island.
No, that's wrong!
In Simon's case, Jack did not directly commit murder. In the confusion, it was impossible to tell. There was no proof saying that he murdered Simon.
Now, hold on. Although the murder of Simon was a joint effort, Jack not only started the ritual, as quoted, Jack leapt onto the sand, "Do our dance, come on, dance, kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood," but also caught on the sight of the unknown person.
No, that's wrong! The ritual was merely a dance, and there's no proof that Jack called Simon.
Should not be Jack who takes responsibility for all the actions of this horrible and savage group. He's the one who led them into such barbaric actions. Should it not be him, the commanding leader, who takes responsibility for the death of Simon.
In truth, Jack only started to dance. From there, the group started moving frantically, without any lead. He was not the one who directed the group to attack Simon. They jumped on him, pounced, and it was not only the members of Jack's group, but also members from Ralph's gang.
Alright, you may be able to prove that he wasn't responsible for the death of Simon, but you can't prove that he wasn't responsible for the death of Piggy. Well, let's talk about the murder of Piggy, Your Honor. Let's talk about the day he died. The day he died was the same day that Piggy's glasses were stolen from him in the morning. Of course, by Jack's group, as we've already confirmed earlier in the trial. Once Ralph and Piggy regrouped to attempt to get his glasses back, Piggy was responsibly trying to calm the group down. But unfortunately, Jack caused his death by throwing a boulder on top of his head.
That's right!
Wrong! Did Jack push the boulder that fell on Piggy's head?
Who really pushed the boulder?
Well, Jack did, obviously.
It was in his fight with Ralph that, you know, it just things escalated.
Besides, here we have a quote. High overhead, Roger, with a sense of delirious abandonment, leaned all his weight on the lever. The lever who triggered the boulder falling on Piggy's head.
That's not...
That couldn't have been that killed him though, could it?
What the fuck?
Alright, so there is a lot of skepticism about the murders of Simon and Piggy. So far what has been established is that everybody should be responsible for the death of Simon, and that Roger alone is responsible for the death of Piggy. But therefore, it was Jack the leader, so really, should he take responsibility for all these actions? Also, what you guys had established was during the fight between Jack and Ralph, when Roger had decided to drop the boulder on Piggy, probably maybe aiming for Ralph, who knows, to protect Jack. There's a lot of controversy here, and so this leads up to the question, what do you think, jury? Should Jack be innocent or guilty?